All right, we're going to get the public power hour started, and as I state every month, this is not an opportunity for this council. We won't be voting or anything. I don't think there's anything for us to vote on from what I see here, but we are here to gather information, ask questions if we need to, but really a listening opportunity for citizens in an informal setting. So with that, what I would ask each of you to do, even though we know you, and you come to the podium, if you would state your name and address for the record. And we're talking with our friend, Miss Margaret Key, who's here for Aiken Center.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Margaret Key, Aiken Center. What else did you need to know? That was that.
Your address.
Oh, address, yes. 1002 Ponderosa Drive, North Augusta, South Carolina. Thank you. Well, I looked at the calendar today, and I realized it's been about 8 months since I was here with Tamara Smith with the Mental Health Department and Tiffany Burke from Health Department, DHEC, now Public Health Department. And we were talking, of course, at that point about ongoing efforts to find property to have a co-location community health center, and then the $25,000 that you all contributed toward the updated needs assessment process and the strategic planning for the opioid abatement. So it's long overdue for me to come and give you an update. I'll try to speak quickly. You want me to do some kind of a timer? Get Buddy to set a timer here?
Your 5 minutes, she's got it.
Oh, okay.
You got it covered.
I'm going to talk fast. Okay. Quick introduction. You all know Steve McElmurray, our board chairman. And let me introduce Jessica McCoy. She is part of our management team at Aiken Center, and she's taking on some new responsibilities to be the coordinator for an opioid abatement strategy development. So she's going to be more and more our expert on this, and is just going to be a fabulous contributor. And of course, my Buddy's here. He said,
"We know Buddy."
So 8 months ago, again, we thank you for that contribution. There's been a lot of work going on behind the scenes together with the City of Aiken and Aiken County Council. In fact, some of the data analysis and the data gathering is still happening with the University of South Carolina this week. We'll be hosting, or they will be, as our contractors, some focus groups at Community Ministry of North Augusta, trying to get really firsthand input from people who've had loved ones who've had a substance use disorder, particularly opioids, people who are living in active use of substances. We often don't talk to them, and this provides a safe opportunity for folks who are still using and have not broken the addictive part of that. And then people who are living in recovery and from a substance use disorder, and they give lots of great advice. So that's happening this week, but that data collection part will be ending, and on October the 15th at the University of South Carolina, we'll have a big kind of a final push with a mental health and substance use consortium, criminal justice, law enforcement, medical, all the United Way agencies that are invited. And anyway, just a really big group. We'll have a great retreat for putting that action plan together, and that the product comes back to you, and from there, finalizing that strategic plan and bringing down some of this opioid settlement money that's here and that what's coming in the future. We know we appreciate very much Captain Luke Sherman, who's been on the steering committee for this. In fact, I 3 hours ago was sitting in the county administrator's office in Aiken with him and with the city administrator from Aiken and the county council. So we've been meeting, including just a couple of hours ago. The satellite office, we appreciate what you've done with showing us the property that we talked about 8 months ago that you have that will be vacated soon, it sounds like, with the CID and summary court. We, of course, have continued to look as a partnership at other options, and I think that you received the flyer in your packet that shows you the Methodist Church in Belvedere closed its doors June 30th. And we had approached the district superintendent of the United Methodist Church just weeks ago. The trustees at the state level of the United Methodist Church approved the concept of the property that is was Belvedere United Methodist Church, becoming this community health center. It has it's like 1.2 acres. Of course, it's got a gymnasium. It's Belvedere Elementary and the Baptist Church is across the street, Belvedere Ridge. That's about 2.5 blocks from Community Ministry of North Augusta. Yes, so we're going to have a public meeting. This flyer was sent to about 800 homes in that area between Community Ministry and up the hill and around, all around that Belvedere Ridge area to say, let's come and hear what we have in mind and let us hear your concerns. Councilman Sandy Haskell will lead that together with, again, myself and Tamara Smith and Health Department representative, and just see about the feasibility of that. Along that track, the state now is looking at feasibility of that property from a state perspective. There's a whole process, of course, they have to go through. So if this goes well, and we'll continue along that process, we would look at it would need to be zoned, not a church anymore, but this community health center. So the county council and the zoning commission would look at that with us. But it's a possibility. I don't know what you are continuing to have in mind related to your property, or how much you may or may not want us as a community health and wellness center to be in the city right here, closer than out in Belvedere. But just wanted to keep you posted about that possibility. Wanted to also give you a heads up that in the planning, in the strategic document that's going to come out, we definitely will be asking for North Augusta City and the City of Aiken to become part of what's already becoming a really successful program within the Aiken County Jail in the detention center. With some of the opioid money from the county council, we have now a peer support specialist or recovery coach and a counselor embedded in the detention center. Nick Gallum, the captain of the detention center, was with us a couple of hours ago in the county building in Aiken, and just told several success stories from even this week. I think it's that we're onto a good model here. And I want to tell you that we are looking at the next phase of this to be more targeted, if you will, and purposeful around looking at the detainees who are released back to North Augusta and back to Aiken cities. The jail ends up having about over 400 detainees at any point in time, even though it's meant to have more like 315, I think. 85% of those detainees are thought to have a substance use disorder, have substance misuse problems. We have found that just in the weeks of running this program, there's a lot of demand, a lot of interest and requests for treatment services and the recovery support. So I've got numbers for you from North Augusta, the 29841, 29860 detainees. Most are released back to the community from the detention center. And of course, you end up with recidivism, returning to use, rearrest, a vicious cycle. So we've got some really encouraging statistics, some discouraging statistics in terms of overdoses once they're released back to the community. Very high risk for an overdose, particularly women, very high risk for death quickly after release and returning to use. We think we're matching those national averages. But anyway, so we've got some, captive audience, if you will, right there, who seem to be very, very interested. There's a way for you to get involved, and particularly for those who would be coming back to this community to live after release. So some great ideas, and we're ready to work with you. I know you've got an application to draw down some of your money,
Yep.
and we would like to say, please hold some of that for us for this collaborative that's ahead, because some really good, important things are in the works here.
Thank you very much. We appreciate what you're doing.
Absolutely.
This is good. If you don't mind, email me those numbers.
I will.
I've got to keep moving right now, so
yes. No,
I'll let you kind of go before. It's important.
600 detainees coming back to you every year, probably from the jail. So, absolutely.
There's some Jamie. We'll figure it out.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you so much for all you do. Appreciate it, Margaret. You can say thanks for coming. Thank all y'all. Appreciate it. All right, Miss Angela Davis, you're next, young lady.
I am Angela Davis, and I'm here representing the North Augusta Cultural Arts Council. The City of North Augusta is one of our sponsors, and we are very grateful. And I'm here to tell you what we have done this year and what we're going to do to finish up the year, and invite you to come to the last two events we have. You have a handout, and you will notice that our website is under our logo. Please visit the website to see what's going on at any point in time. And remember that we are a nonprofit. We exist because of donations and memberships, and everything that we present is free and open to the public. In March, we held the Springfest Art Show. We've done this for a number of years. We hold it at the Arts and Heritage Center here in this building, and it was very successful this year. It draws artists and visitors from all around the CSRA. In April, we have a really fun thing because it's the Student Art Show, and it showcases art from all the elementary, middle, and high schools in the North Augusta area. Those young people get so excited when they win ribbons for that show, and it's just a real delight to see what they're learning from their art teachers here in North Augusta. In May and June, we have Music in the Park. This year we held 8 concerts at Maud Edenfield Park. When the weather's bad, we go inside the community center. We're very grateful for that facility. We had Dash inside a few times this year. And then in May also, we awarded 3 student scholarships to North Augusta area seniors who are going on to major or minor in one of the arts in college. Coming up in September, we will award teacher grants. These are grants written by teachers for money to accomplish a project within their classroom. It can be an art or music teacher. It can be a classroom teacher. And it has to involve the arts in some way to teach some concept or to include that within their classroom. Also, in September 16th, I would like to especially invite you, especially if you've never been, to the PRISM, P-R-I-S-M, not the people that she was talking about, concert. It's at the First Baptist Church of North Augusta. This is our 13th annual. It's called the PRISM Concert because just like a prism breaks light into colors, the first half of the concert is a real joy to behold because different parts of the orchestra are showcased in vignettes. The percussion section, of course, does not move, but they always perform a selection. And you might see the tubas up on the balcony, and it's always fun to hear their selection. And then the trombones would be someplace else. The trumpets may be up in the balcony. You hear from each section, so you hear the unique sound of that type of instrument. Then the second half of the concert, the orchestra comes back together and presents several selections. This year, this concert will be dedicated to the memory of Dr. John Bigger. He was one of North Augusta Cultural Arts Council's founding members. He has been a driving force in our organization, and he loved that concert. And it's going to be emotional but very special. Our last event of the year is the Veterans Concert, and if you have ever been to that, you probably would smile at the memory. If you've never been, please come this year. It will be held at the Wesley Center of the Grace United Methodist Church across the street from the Baptist Church, and this will be the 20th anniversary. It involves veterans in a number of ways, so it's not just a concert, it's an event. We honor veterans there in the program. We have Post 71 always donates flags and brings them so we can wave flags during some selections. Boy Scout troops participate, and the NJROTC at the high school presents the colors. It is a wonderful, joyous evening that also sometimes brings a tear to your eye. Savannah River Winds performs for both these concerts. The other different thing about the Veterans Concert is that we invite people, and you have to do this ahead of time, to give $10 in memory or honor of a veteran or active service member. And I want to show you, last year, there were 4 pages. The names are printed in the program. They're read out loud.
Mayor Jones and Mayor Pettit read them.
Yes, yes.
It's a great program.
And they're shown visually. It almost makes me tear up to think about that. Having a father and a husband who served and a grandson who is serving now, we are grateful for our service members who have served and who do serve. And that evening, any veteran who is there feels honored and respected, and we all feel a great deal of pride. So it's not something to be taken lightly. It's well attended, and it's something that touches your heart if you've never been. Also, I'd like to invite you to join the North Augusta Cultural Arts Council. We're one of the least expensive things you can join anywhere. And that money also helps us support all of these events, which are free. All the money that's donated at the Veterans Concert, to back up just a second, whether it's honoring by name or given at the door, those monies are given to 2 local veterans organizations that serve people in our community. Last year, that money was given to the music therapy program at the Augusta VA Hospital. And you may have never heard of this organization, but we were most impressed with them, so we've given them donations 2 years now. The USCA over in Aiken, Veteran and Military Student Success Center. They have done a remarkable job. In fact, they're stellar in South Carolina for assisting veterans who want to further their education. So, thank you.
Angela, thank you. We love the cultural arts, and thank you for what you're doing.
Thank you.
It's exciting. Appreciate it. It's awesome. Mrs. Murray, get down there, boy.
I'm Millage Murray. I live at 1202 West Avenue in North Augusta, and I appreciate the opportunity to share with you some thoughts about historical markers. Earlier this year, we had a wonderful celebration, dedication of a marker at Lookaway Hall. The process of getting a historical marker, you go through the state of South Carolina Department of Archives and History. You submit an application that just has a formal application process, and then you give a lot of data and historical information about the marker that you want to put up, and then you even create some suggested language for the markers, photographs, maps. And the good thing about historical markers is that we're able to become a part of the state system of the markers in our area. I have with me tonight Alan Riddick, who is the president of the Aiken County Historical Society. when you do a marker, you need to have a sponsoring 501c3 organization. And Allen and the Aiken County Historical Society, since 1999, they have dedicated 39 historical markers in Aiken County. I think that is absolutely outstanding. The city of North Augusta, right now, we have a paid-for marker in process at the foundry. It is going to be located at the corner of Carolina Avenue and Butler Avenue, exactly where the trolley station was located, and it will deal with the trolley that was here for almost 30 years, a little over 30 years. And then on the other side of the marker, it deals with the interurban road, which was a 26-mile road that connected North Augusta and really even Augusta to Aiken. And it focuses also a little more on the Hampton Terrace. And then we have one in process right now with the State Department of Archives and History on the Palmetto Lodge and Carriage House in Starkey Flight. In fact,
That's the one you came to us and told us about.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that's moving.
I guess we snuck up on you on the other one, but let me share with you about a marker. A historic marker deals with a historical place at the location where it was located, but also people associated with that place. You do not have to put the marker in concrete. It just has to be below the ground exactly 3 feet. Alan knows all about how to do that. When I first got involved with Alan Riddick, the Aiken County Historical Society had decided to get a historical marker for Hamburg because the Hamburg marker had been missing for 15 years. And it was not in a location where any person could see it. We were also able to move the railroad marker that was still up, but it was in terrible shape. But we were able to refurbish it and also put it in a manicured place where people could stop their cars. And these two markers are located at the entrance to River North subdivision. Give you an example of another one. Now, the folks that own Rosemary Hall, they would like to have a historical marker. For years, they were a bed and breakfast. And so, for so many years, it was known as Rosemary Inn. And so, a lot of people still think that's what the name of it is, but the actual name of that house is Rosemary Hall. And it also, you're able to tell the story of James U. Jackson. Historical markers are very, very important in telling the history of the area. What my proposal is tonight is that we have an existing partnership with the Aiken County Historical Society, and any monies that come in for historical markers in North Augusta go into a set-aside fund within the Aiken County Historical Society. In fact, some existing funds that we had, we've sent in the application fee for this, and then this application, like I say, it's with the state of South Carolina.
Millage, I got one more person I got to get in here, okay? I got to cut you off, okay? I got 5 minutes. Here's what I wanted millage, is what you just said is, I didn't want it by myself. What I want is council, and what we're trying to say is, what millage is wanting is that we are supportive as need be. We want to put historical markers in North Augusta. And we want to give you the ability, Alan, to move in that direction. We want to be supportive of it.
Along with the connection with
Yeah.
Carl Walhouse.
Yeah, but that's why I wanted y'all to hear this, so we're all in agreement. We're not voting on anything, but we're just saying we are supportive of that, and that's all we can. I got one more guy got to get in, Millich. I'm on time. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Come on now. Come. Thank you, Millich.
Okay.
I appreciate it. Sorry to cut y'all. I wouldn't let everybody speak way over today, but it was all good stuff. Be careful, Ed. Don't fall now. It don't do you any good if you fall, man.
Okay, I'm Ed O'Neill. I live at 2017 Loblolly Court here in North Augusta, which is in the neighborhood of North Augusta High School.
We know. Y'all been here.
Britton knows exactly what we're talking about when we talk about the traffic situation all around the high school during the, letting in and taking out. And now we're getting students who are parking on the street, going to school and leaving the car there for the whole school period. I've talked to the North Augusta Police Department, and they've gone out and gave a ticket to maybe 3 cars, and not because they were parked on the street during the school hours, but because cars were turned the wrong way. Now, and also, right there used to be a sign at Curtis Drive and Loblolly Court that said 2-hour parking. Students tore it down, never been put back up. We'd also like to have that sign put back up along with the no stadium parking too.
Ed, let me tell you, I'm going to interrupt you here. So the answer, the council know this just happened. So basically myself and Attorney Kelly Zier and Jim, just let you know, Kelly is writing a letter, is putting together a letter to send to North Augusta High School to address a number of issues. The football stadium issue, there's an ordinance on file actually when that stadium was built in condition of that. So what I'm saying is we know exactly what you're talking about. We're totally aware of it. So the process right now is we're going to reach out. Kelly's going to gather information, educate North Augusta High School, because it is a school problem. It's really not a city problem. Yeah. But once that letter goes out, I would expect there would be a meeting between city and the public school. Depending on how that goes, we probably may bring in some of the neighbors at that point. So we've got a process. So the main thing you need to know is the first step has been done. Kelly will be getting a letter out in a very short period of time. So thank you.
Okay, well, all right. I just one.
No, I know. I appreciate it. We're on top of it. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Don't park within 4 blocks of the football stadium whenever.
Yes, we know.
You know that.
We
just want to enforce. That's all we want.
I know. We stand adjourned. We got just a minute for. right, good evening. I'd like to call the City of North Augusta City Council meeting for August the 5th, 2024 to order. Good to see everybody, big crowd tonight. You're welcome to join me in prayer. Dear God, we continue to ask for your guidance. We ask that you give us discernment to make the best decisions for the citizens of North Augusta. We ask for your blessings as we strive to honor you in our roles as elected officials. Amen. If able, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, we have roll call starting from my left.
Eric Presnell. David McGee.
Britton Williams.
Jennifer McCauley.
David Buck. Kevin Toole.
Okay, item 4, approval of minutes. Are there any corrections, deletions, or additions to the regular city council meeting minutes of July the 15th, 2024, or the special call study session minutes of July the 29th, 2024? Excuse me, hearing none, they stand approved as distributed. Thank you. Okay, we've got 2 personnel. I'm going to ask Ms. Dottie Price to meet me in front of the dais. Where's Dottie? Is she here? Yeah, there she is. Okay. You ready for us to brag on you? How you doing? Okay. All right, I'm going to, Dottie is our employee of the quarter, and I want to read specifically the write-up on this. I think it's fantastic, okay? So here's what it said. Ms. Price has been a shining example of employee dedication since 1998. Her dedication to do what's best for the agency and the city rather than what's best for her is a rare quality. Yes, it is in the modern workforce. Rarely called out, keeps up the morale, and never complains without extreme cause. Ms. Price is rarely seen behind her console, but her calm voice has helped soothe many thousands of citizens over 26 years of service, many of whom are experiencing the worst day of their life. Recently, with public safety being shorthanded in dispatch, Mrs. Price has more than carried her weight, picking up extra shifts to ensure that the citizens of this city receive the best public service possible. Despite being a senior employee with public safety, she works her overtime shifts and never, that's capitalized, complains. Always with a polite smile on her face. You do have a very pretty smile. Ms. Price is the golden egg of employees, and the city of North Augusta is extremely lucky to have her on their side. For these reasons and many more, Ms. Price more than deserves to be recognized as Employee of the Quarter. And we agree. So here says North Augusta, South Carolina Riverfront Employee of the Quarter award the Dottie A. Price, April through June of 2024. Let's give a round of applause.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, great. All right, Miss Ginger. Come on down, young lady. How are you?
Good. I slept late this morning.
I did. Wednesday was your last Wednesday was the last day, yeah? Okay. You want to tell us anybody that you brought with you that you want to as mention?
Well, my sister's in the middle with the red,
What's her name?
Andrea.
Hey, Andrew.
And next to her is a friend of mine. We've been friends since 2nd grade, and I think everybody knows Chris.
Nice to have y'all with us. All right. We had a wonderful get-together as far as a breakfast for Ginger last week. But anyway, I just want to read just some thoughts from folks about you. And I'm not going to butcher it, so I'm going to read it. Over her 29 plus years with the city, Ginger worked in 3 different offices under 4 mayors, 4 city administrators, 3 directors, and 5 building officials. Throughout all the changes, Ginger was a consistent presence in the building standards office. Her organization, procedural knowledge of contractor licensing, permitting, and purchasing kept the department running efficiently and was greatly appreciated by supervisors and customers alike. Probably one of the greatest assets that Ginger brought to the office was her friendliness. Ginger always had kind words for her coworkers and greeted, and this was the most, every customer with a smile and a pleasant attitude. Over the years, Ginger developed relationships with many contractors and provided a level of personal service that seems to be absent in many businesses today. And I will tell you, when I come in the municipal center, I push my button for the elevator and I turn to the left every time. And there's Ginger looking at me. So I wave at her, she waves at me. So she really is a friendly person who waves at everybody. But Ginger, thank you for your many years of service. We're going to miss you. It's time for you to enjoy yourself. And this says, an appreciation for your dedication service, February 02 and 95 to July 31st, 2024, for Mayor and City Council, City of North Augusta, City of South Carolina, August 5th, 2024. So, Council, if you're going to come around, I want you to be able to thank her. But let's give her a round of applause and thank her for Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. There you go. Yeah. Okay, we are now at new business item 6. I am going to recuse myself and allow our Mayor Pro Tem Jen McCauley to handle our number 6, planning and development.
All right, so we are on new business, and this is item number 6 in planning and development. So ordinance number 2024-17 to change the corporate limits of the city of North Augusta by accepting the petition requesting annexation by the landowners and annexing 21.87 acres of property located on 5 Notch Road and owned by Charles T. Blackston. Do I have a motion to approve this ordinance on first reading? Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Anything you'd like to add, Mr. Clifford?
Ms. Mayor Pro Tem, this was discussed fairly accurately in depth at the study session, but just as a reminder for our citizens, this is for a parcel of land that is just south of the Mossy Creek Elementary School on 5 Notch Road. And Mr. Blackston is seeking to put a development in there. And so that's the purpose of this annexation. My understanding is that townhomes is what he's looking to put on that property. Understand there's some wetland restrictions that will force some of the development closer to the road as opposed to deeper into the lots. But the planning department and the engineering department feel that he's got the controls in place to do so. So our recommendation is to approve this annexation.
Are there any citizen comments? Any council discussion?
Yeah, just one thing. So is it zoned R7 right now? Or are we changing the zoning on it too? It's not zoned at all. I mean. Okay. Okay. I was just questioning that.
So when we do an annexation, councilman, typically the annexation along with the zoning come in together as a dual action, if you will.
And all that was presented to Planning Commission and has been approved through our Planning Commission.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Any other council discussion? All right. Hearing none, I'm going to ask for a vote. All in favor? And that's unanimous. Thanks. You're back up.
Item 7, Finance Resolution Number 2024-31, authorizing a change of request from the funding purpose of the 2024 Community Promotion Fund for the disbursement of revenues from the budget tax year 2024. Do you have a motion to approve this resolution?
So moved.
All right, Ms. McCauley.
I'll second.
All right, that's Mr. Buck. Thank you. Anything you'd like to share about this, Ms. Clifford?
Mr. Mayor, for the council and for our citizens, a reminder, this is a request from the library and from the Friends of Nancy Carson Library Foundation to repurpose the original $5,000 that was set aside in the general fund budget through the community grant program. And they initially were going to use this for circulations, books, and materials within the library. And then because of the renovations they're doing there now, they requested to change it over to furniture. And so the staff recommendation is that that be allowed, but ultimately that's your decision.
Okay. Any questions for him? All right. Any citizen comments? Any council discussion?
I'll just say, I took my kids up there the other day, and the renovation is looking really good, and they definitely need some furniture in there, but the renovation looks amazing, and I know our kids were excited to see how great the progress has gone.
Great. All right. Nothing else. I'm going to ask for a vote. All in favor? And that is unanimous. Thank you. Okay, item 8, resolution number 2024-32, authorizing the City of North Augusta to purchase and install outdoor decorative lighting in the downtown area. Do you have a motion to approve this resolution?
So moved.
All right, Ms. McCauley, is there a second? All right, Mr. Presnell, thank you, sir. Anything you'd like to share about this, Ms. Clifford, or maybe Ms.
Mr. Mayor, I will defer comments to our Assistant City Administrator, Mr. McCauley.
Thanks, Jim. Just to bring you guys back up to speed, we talked about this in the study session. This is just to execute the plan to install decorative lighting in the downtown area, as the title reflects. This is going to go from Calhoun Park all the way down to it terminates at Clifton Avenue, so it'll be on the Georgia Avenue side. And we have done 2 prototypes for Mayor and Council to see, and citizens and the Downtown Merchants Alliance to take a look at. And this we put out for an RFP, and we got 1 bid back. It was a low bid, and they once we let them know to proceed, they'll have 60 days to complete the project. This project, we're hoping to come in behind what has already been approved by Mayor and Council to upgrade our electrical infrastructure. As you guys see work going down Georgia Avenue right now with the cones that are out there, we're fixing all of our electrical grid that goes down Georgia Avenue, and that's going to be for these lights as well as for Jack-o'-lantern Jubilee and any other festivities we have downtown.
JD, I've got one question. So we're going to do all of them, but we will have the capability to adjust the trees, the lights on the trees we want to, right?
Yes, sir. So as we go,
There's not going to be any major issue of challenge. We say, well, we want to skip every other tree. I'm just making something up. I'm saying we're going to want to do that. But we're going to have them lit, but we have that ability to adjust as we see fit, right?
Yes, sir, we do. We have the creative freedom to make adjustments.
And it's going to be done to where we can do that. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Good. All right.
I don't have a question per se, but I just wanted to say I'm excited about this. You know, a lot of the vacation destinations you go to, Fernandina Beach, Florida comes to mind. Their downtown is this same kind of concept. Of course, Greenville, you know, because we saw that a couple years ago. I think this is going to be huge. I think it's going to bring you know, that wow factor, it factor. Hopefully it'll start jump-starting some stuff downtown. So I'm excited about this project.
All right. Are there any citizen comments? Okay. Any other council discussion? I hear none. I'll ask for a vote. All in favor? That's unanimous. It's always nice. Thank you. Okay. Administrative reports. Anything you have, sir?
Yes, Mr. Mayor. As you can tell, we're seeing the initial stages of Tropical Storm Debbie here in North Augusta. Governor McMaster issued Executive Order number 2024-16, which declared a state of emergency for the state of South Carolina. North Augusta Public Safety Leadership has participated in Aiken County Emergency Management Agency meetings at their EOC as of this morning, and we will continue to stay linked into Aiken County's EOC and EMA aspects throughout this storm. Administration has been in contact with local agencies in our area to include Dominion Energy, and city crews are prepared to respond to downed trees and storm drain blockages as they occur. The city offices plan to remain open throughout the week, although we will revisit that decision if need be. As a precaution, our Public Safety Department has rescheduled the National Night Out, which was originally set for Tuesday evening, and it is now scheduled for August 20th. And that is all I have for my station at this time.
Okay. Item 10, presentations, communication, and recognition of visitors. At this time, citizens may speak to mayor and council regarding any matters not listed on the agenda. Anybody have anything you want to say to us? This is your time. Okay. All right. Oh, good. Lee, come on down, young man. I was hoping Lee was going to say that. Lee, just state your name and address for the record, please.
Lee Bird, 146 Macklin Lane, North Augusta. Y'all know that I'm a member with the North Augusta Chamber of Commerce, and this Wednesday night, I would like to invite everybody to come down to Town Square Olive Oil. We're having a business after hours from 5 to 7, so come down and support Town Square Olive Oil.
And Thursday's breakfast.
Thursday's breakfast, right.
Okay, that's good.
Thank you. This Wednesday.
Awesome. Thank you, Lee. Appreciate it. Okay. All right. A couple things I'm going to mention, then I think, Eric, you want to say something about it. Let me do my stuff first. Anything else for the good order? So a couple things. For citizens, Cody Webb has been rescheduled August the 17th. Is that correct? Okay. Thursday is August the 15th. Lee mentioned about the chamber this Wednesday, which is great. So you'll be hearing a lot about this. You're seeing stuff on Facebook, but our Public Safety Foundation was given a $5,000 check today from Miracle Nissan, and that is exactly what the foundations were all about. So we created two foundations, the Beautification Foundation and Public Safety Foundation. And for citizens to understand that these foundations are charitable nonprofit, 501c3. It's independent of the city of North Augusta. It actually has a board of directors of citizens that run the foundation. But the idea behind these foundations in the public safety was for citizens to say, either I want to donate money to this foundation because there's something in specific I'm passionate about that I want the foundation to use to improve the quality of life of citizens in regards of, in this case, the public safety. Or, hey, I'm going to let the Public Safety Foundation handle this with whatever initiative they want. And the donor gets a tax benefit from doing that. So we're seeing a lot of things happening on both the foundations, but this was very publicized today. I know, Chief, y'all will be posting on your Facebook. I'm going to post something. I know the foundation will be posting something. But I just want to let everybody, council, be aware that these foundations are really starting to pick up steam, and I think they're a huge asset for our community. So really excited about public safety. That's going to be a big one. So that's all I have. And with that, I believe, Mr. President, you have something you want to say.
Yeah, I just kind of wanted to let everybody know, my wife and I have both received some career opportunities, and we have decided that we are going to pursue them. It's in and around Boone, North Carolina, in the mountains. So I will not be able to finish out my term, unfortunately. But when that time comes in the future, I will be stepping down. But I just wanted everybody to hear it from me because, as soon as a for sale sign goes up, everybody's going, what's going on? But that's what's happening. It's a great opportunity for myself and my wife, and we are excited. A lot of people, I know McGee and Buck know this about me, but, my grandfather was born and raised in Banner Elk, North Carolina, right near Boone. So I spent a lot of summers up there. It's like a second home to me. So when these came up, it's almost a no-brainer. It's something I've always wanted to do, and my wife's excited. So I wanted to let everybody know that at some time in the future, once, it's contingent on several things. We obviously got to sell our house and some other stuff. But until then, I will continue to serve until that time comes. It could be a month, could be 4 months, could be 6 months. We don't know. But I just wanted everybody to know that that's what we're doing. And North Augusta will always be my home. And it's only a 3.5-hour drive. So, yes, we will be back to hang out and visit. And but just wanted to make that public knowledge today.
We're going to work you hard till you can.
I'm sure you will.
All right. Well, thank you for that. And at that point, we stand adjourned. Thank you all.